Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 VC review. Today I'm going to take a look at The Last Ninja on the Commodore 64. If you've never played the game before, it's a bit of an odd one this. It's kind of like an isometric action adventure type thing. You basically play as a ninja and you have to run around levels collecting items and killing enemies. So that's about that then. Unfortunately the game doesn't play very well with the D-pad here, because obviously the C64 it used to be an analog type thing, so with the D-pad it can be a right pain getting used to it unfortunately, and still, as you can see here, I'm having a bit of trouble with it. Basically though, I can't really tell you the controls simply because there aren't enough hours in the day. There's definitely not enough time in 10 minutes to go through all of this thing's controls. It's about 4 pages long, so while this might appeal to many people if you like this type of game, I will warn you right now that the controls can be a right nightmare, so it's something that you're going to have to really persist with. However, if you do, I think it's a very fun game once you learn how to play it properly, and it's not hugely long. There's 6 missions, and basically you go around the 6 missions collecting shiny items and killing enemies, and that's pretty much about the gist of it. You use the keyboard on this one. I didn't mention it on the last 2 games that I reviewed for the Commodore, which were California Games and I'll be damned if I can remember it now, Impossible Mission, that's it. Basically because you didn't really need the keyboard or anything. This one though, you actually need it. You've got buttons basically which are F3 and F5 to access your inventory after you collect items, and the space bar's your actual weapons activator type thing. So you definitely do need the keyboard on it, so I'm just letting you know this now. There's all sorts of different items on the game. There's the likes of smoke bombs, shurikens, swords, stuff like that. There's collecting apples will give you an extra life, and just it's your standard action adventure type game. Graphically, as you can see, the game is, to be fair, pretty poor, although I do think it's quite funny how a lot of the enemies look very Scorpionish from Mortal Kombat. And basically, the one control I can pretty much tell you for certainty is if you hold 2 and jab a direction, then you do a bit of a punch, and that's what you're going to be using a lot of the time because obviously you don't always have weapons. So the combat is quite easy, although it can be a bit boring because, to be fair, as I say, you're just holding 2 and constantly bashing the button. So it is a fun game, but unfortunately I think Nintendo really should have thought about putting this on the VC with the controls and the way it was. They probably should have tweaked them a little bit. But anyway, that's pretty much all there is left to say, so I'll just shut up for a few seconds, let you listen to the music and then sign off. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.